Well, I'd like to pick up the all aspects because I think, to me, diversity is the origin of so much innovation. So what we need to do, I believe, is to value all aspects of human endeavour. In a really healthy, innovative society, we need to value the role of technology, the role of science, but we also need to value the role of the arts, music, drama, people who farm, who produce food. In other words, to me, really valuing every human endeavour, to me, creates the diversity that actually breeds a really healthy society.
This idea, that there's a special class of people called innovators who need to be supported, I think is not very useful. And I think that society is probably better off just generating a broader set of conditions that are healthy.
I think we need a rich, diverse society, a rich, diverse, civilised society, and I guess increasing the consciousness of that society as well. I was talking to a person the other day who was about to go to Iran, and he said, I'm interested in Iran because I understand that the number of women who are attending higher education has now surpassed men. Many parts of the Middle East, women don't even have a chance to go to school, let alone university. And he said, to me, that's a critical indicator. In fact, it's a well-known indicator of potential for the evolution of society. When you've got a society that is actually educating genders equally, that's a healthy society. When he came back, he said to me, it is amazing. Iran is going to be a country that is going to grow and develop and become a major force in the Middle East because of its education and its equality.
Well-educated people, healthy people, a diverse mix of people and ideas. If you explore this idea that there's stages of human evolution in our consciousness, in our thinking and awareness, in our worldviews, what that implies is that not everyone's at a pointy end, or that's not even necessarily the goal, but that there's a healthy mixture of people in all of those different stages, of all those different ideas, and that they all mix and combine. The innovations that need to come are not going to be on how we can have more and how we can be richer in a material way, because we're already stretching the boundaries of that. The innovations of the future are going to come in our appreciation and our relationships and our moral sense of what a good life entails, which is living within some constraints and being happy and having a good life.
Lawrence Hargrave, who was Australia's perhaps greatest aviator, he developed some box kites that he strung together, and he was the first person to actually lift off from a static start. The interesting thing was he never patented anything, and the Wright brothers in fact designed their plane a number of years later around the exact design that Lawrence Hargrave created for his box kites. What is a more innovative Australia? I think we've got to be more transparent and we've got to be generous in sharing our knowledge. I'm still mindful of the fact that the whole focus of a PhD is it has to be individual, doesn't it? It has to be original individual work. So you spend all this time studying something, hoping to hell that no one else is doing it somewhere else that you haven't discovered. And then having been through this wringer, this emotional wringer, you're then expected to actually share it. And I think we need perhaps to think about a higher degree that is actually a group of people getting a PhD rather than individuals. I think our system needs some innovation. Our education system needs some innovation.
Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to Humphrey Armstrong and Thorin Munro on leadership development, personal development and innovation. I certainly found it a fascinating couple of hours we spent with them. One thing that really struck me was the notion of relatedness and diversity. The idea that you need a diverse range of views and a diverse range of people, but you also need a framework to relate all of that to.
I found that really interesting too, and also the idea that Humphrey put forward of the process of innovation, starting with the inspiration, moving through ideation and then into implementation, and as both of them talked about, the problems and pitfalls in that implementation.